Hi, everyone. My name is Carly, and I'm a program manager here with Junior Achievement of North Florida. So we are here focused today on the second portion of things you want to think about as you learn more about entrepreneurship. So today we're going to be talking about what's my business. So really going to be thinking about how to strategically select the right product or service to sell. So as we launch off, we're going to talk first just about what the elements of a successful startup are. So in the first session, we talked about being an informed entrepreneur. So you have the right knowledge, the right skill sets to be ready to open up your own business. Today, we're going to talk about having the right product. You also need to have the right market or customers. You have to have specific competitive advantages. And then finally, you create your ethics and social responsibility plan, as well as your business plan. All right, so let's talk about the right product. What I want you to do is for this session, you had 2 attached resources. We're going to pull up the first one right now to talk a little bit about product development sources, or how you can think about what product you want to be selling or service. So I'm going to escape out of this, and I want you to pull up that session 2, What's My Business handout on product development sources. Now, the 3 different rows that are on this handout give you the 3 different questions you should be asking yourself when you're thinking about what product or service idea I want to come up with. So the first is, what do you love to do? So what product or service would you be passionate about selling? So, for example, do you love to sew? Do you love to work outside? So Oprah Winfrey, for example, is a famous entrepreneur, and it's said that at a young age, she loved to be on stage, and she turned that love into a career. So she was a news personality, an actor, and then she owned her own media company and became an entrepreneur in that way. So she was able to do what she loved and form a business around that idea. The second thing we would think about is, what am I good at doing? So you can love to do something, but you need to also lean into the things that you do well. For example, are you skilled in the medical field? Are you good at creating a fun atmosphere? Do you like to create things with wood? Steve Jobs, who was the founder of Apple, for example, was really good at something that most people didn't know a lot about at the time: computers and video games. So since he already had that working knowledge of computers, he was a pioneer in making the computer better. He made it smaller and more functional for homes, because they used to be these really large devices that were only in people's offices. And then finally, you want to think about what unmet needs you see in the market. So you want to think about what opportunities exist that you could fill. Is there a local need for, I don't know, food delivery or grooming pets? I think especially right now in the age we live in, there's lots of room for new things to exist. Here's an example. So Walt Disney, who created what we know of as Disney, he started as a cartoonist by profession. He would draw different cartoons for magazines and for little short movies. And when he was a kid, when he started to have kids, he noticed that there was a need for a safe, family-friendly place for clean entertainment for families. So he created Disneyland, and then eventually Disney World came about too in Orlando. So because of his idea and his ability to create those characters and the need he saw for family fun, Disneyland was created. So what I want you to do now is to take, I would estimate about 7 minutes, so time yourself, take 7 minutes to brainstorm any ideas you have in any of these categories. And I'm not asking you right now to come up with a product or a business, but I want you to think about things that you love. Maybe it'll remind you, I really love to, I don't know, I love to clean. And I'm good at doing it because I've practiced for years, and I see a need in the market that right now there's a virus in my community, and maybe I could clean different spaces for people as they are trying to reopen. Again, that's an idea. I'm not encouraging you to just do that thing, but I want you to take time now to list out all of your responses for these sources of product and service ideas. So go ahead and take about 7 minutes to do so. Please pause this video and then press play again. And when you press play, we're going to move on to the next activity. So I would love for you to go ahead and brainstorm on your own starting now. Okay. So if you are watching now, we are back together and we're moving on to the next activity. So I hope you had a good time thinking about some of your product ideas. So we're going to move now into the second handout, which is product idea source matching. So for this activity, we're going to read them together, but we're going to read how each of the following entrepreneurs developed her or his product and or service. And I want you to decide on which of the 3 product idea sources most closely match each entrepreneur and place the corresponding letter. So what you can do is type that directly into the bottom of this document. You could just put 1 and then whichever letter, and then 2. Oh, you know what I mean. 2. There we go. So then we'll go back and see what you guys got as your responses. So I'll read them with you, put your answers down, and then I'll reveal the answers at the end. Okay. So number 1. When you answer, you're going to answer A if the product or service solved a problem which previously had no solution. If B, they were changes or improvements to a current product or service. And C, or product or services that developed from the entrepreneur's unique knowledge. So A is solving a problem that didn't have a solution. B is an improvement to a product, or C is using unique knowledge to create a product. Okay. Madam C.J. Walker develops hair care products and cosmetics for African American women based on the unique knowledge she has as an African American. Okay, so did that solve a problem, change an existing product, or was it developed using her unique knowledge? Okay, go ahead and write down which option you pick. All right, number 2. Lito Rodriguez, an entrepreneur from Brazil, founded Drywash, a car wash system that does not use a single drop of water, conserving both energy and solving a water shortage problem in Brazil. All right, I'll always give you about 10 seconds to read that through and pick your choice. All right, number 3. Before 1981, biotechnology was considered only an academic field of study. That year, the U.S. Supreme Court allowed patent protection for laboratory-produced hormones, and thousands of private biotech firms began developing products. For example, Ed Penholt's firm, Chiron Corporation, used biotechnology to develop a treatment for cancer. A, B, C. Okay. John Mackey opened his first natural and organic food market in Austin, Texas. His nationwide Whole Foods chain grew as a new and different twist on the old grocery store model. We have a Whole Foods here in Jacksonville, too. All right. Recognizing that today's busy families need healthy, quick dinner choices, Stephanie Allen and Tina Kuna co-founded Dream Dinners, a fix and freeze dinner assembly store, and created a model for takeout food that sparked a new industry. A, B, or C? All right, we got a familiar example. Walt Disney developed Disneyland in 1954, in part because he was looking for a cleaner, more family-oriented alternative to the local carnivals at the time. A, B, or C? Okay. Walter Hunt, mechanic and inventor, was twisting a piece of wire, trying to think of an invention he could patent and sell to pay off debt. From that came the first safety pin. So, A, B, or C? First safety pin. Okay. George Eastman was looking for a better way to take pictures. He wanted a mobile and inexpensive method of photography, so he invented Kodak, and the modern camera was born. All right. The modern camera, A, B, or C? Okay. Just two more. The technology of freezing and drying food dates back to ancient civilizations, but Clarence Birdseye applied it to a specific method of quick freezing food products, creating a new multi-billion-dollar industry. All right, so new method of quick freezing foods. Is that A, B, or C? And if I'm ever going too fast, please make sure you just pause and then you can press play again. Dr. Percy Spencer was working with magnetrons when he noticed that the candy bar in his pocket had melted. After experimenting with corn kernels and an egg, he realized that microwave energy could be applied to an invention for cooking food, the microwave oven. Now, is that A, B, or C? Okay. So, what I'd recommend you do is select an entrepreneur that you'd like to learn more about. You can research that entrepreneur and look for different product development ideas and inspiration based on what you heard today. Okay, so let's review the answers. All right, I want to be able to see the answers and the questions. So number 1 was C. So we had the new hair care products for African American women based on her unique knowledge. Excellent. So number 2 is A. Products or services that provide and solve a problem. So solved a problem that didn't have a solution before. We didn't ever have a car wash without water. Number 3. So the treatment for kidney cancer, that is A. So solved a problem that didn't have a solution before. We found a treatment that didn't exist. All right, number 4, John Mackey and Whole Foods. That was B. So we already had grocery stores, but now we have a new product, a new model for how to have a grocery store. Number 5, so our dream dinners, a new model for takeout food. That is A. So we didn't have a model for takeout before. That was the problem, and those two ladies created the solution. Okay, Walt Disney is A. So we had a problem. We didn't have clean entertainment and didn't have a solution for that. So he created Disneyland. All right, Walter Hunt. So our mechanic who invented the safety pin. That is A. So we had a problem and it didn't have a previous solution before. We didn't have something like a safety pin. So it was new. Okay, number 8, George Eastman and his Kodak modern camera is B. So he improved on an existing product, a camera. Number 9, we have Clarence Birdseye, who made his quick freezing food products. You might have even had a bird's eye vegetable before. I know I have. So that would be B. He improved an existing product. We already had frozen foods. He just made it happen faster. And then number 10, we have Dr. Percy Spencer, who invented the microwave oven. That would be C. So he knew about microwave technology and he applied it to cooking food. All right. Well, I hope you were able to get some of those answers correct. And again, it's completely fine if those were new to you. We're all learning these concepts together. So great job, everyone. As we've learned today, when you're thinking about your product, you have to think about what you love. You have to think about what you're skilled at and what need you can fill in the market. So I look forward to connecting with you again so we can learn a little bit more about what we want to, who should be our customers and who is in need of new products. All right. Have a good one.